welcome to this expansion live stream where we're talking about the Northvale expansion. I'm Andrew with Chip Theory Games. Let me know if my audio is good, my video is good, everything's good. Let me know if there's any issues there. Hello. All right, so we are going to be checking out Northvale today, and as always, make sure to check out the campaign if you're interested in picking up any of this stuff. There is stuff that you can pick up, and it's Dragons of Etchinstone. It's linked below, so check it out there. If you didn't see in our latest update, we have announced that we are doing a print and play of this that is going to be free to check out. Yes, there's the link. Check it out. It's going to feature cats and dogs submitted by you, the viewers of this campaign. Good morning. So we are checking out Northvale today, which I know in the rules says it is not harder. I would say that's a bit of a lie. It's a little harder for me, at least. Maybe I'm just bad at this game. But it's certainly much more brainy. So Northvale is going to give you some new mages to mess around with that will be replacing, the mage cards in your base deck. The mages in Northvale are meant to give, more specificity and caricature to your deck. So you have Promethea, I know is this one. I don't think I remember any of the other names. So let me peek them real quick, because I certainly should know them. I have Promethea, who is the Bone Daddy over here. Who's our Berserker. And then we have Noramir, who is this Dracula elf-looking fella over here. We have Mythix, who is our tall-hatted lady here. And then we have Voltac, who is our older lady here. And those are our 4 new mages. They are meant to replace kind of our generic mage from the base game. We can implement as many or as few of these mages as we would like, but those are the new mages. They have a bunch of new effects, and the rules for this are largely explaining what the new effects are. Up top, as I always explain during a campaign, this is all prototype stuff. Printed these off on paper from our printer. So these are not going to have this little white clip up here. They're not going to be printed on paper with little crispy edges where I peeled them out of a sheet mold. They will be on beautiful PVC, and they will be nice. Nicer than these, certainly. So I can't even put these in sleeves because the sleeves are too reflective on stream. But we're going to be implementing some of these. And I might do a few plays here to give you an idea of how these new ones work. So if anyone has any preference or specific mages they want to see in action, let me know. Some of them are certainly harder than others, so I may or may not use them. I believe Noramir, though, has my favorite art and is probably the one that I am most frightened to actually play with. He recruits bodyguards and whatnot. Yeah, there's also new regions. That was a good call. And new dragons.
Yes.
I believe this is in there? I actually don't know.
Adjust the screen.
Yeah.
You want to put it back?
No. Let me put the least surprising one, because this guy's the artwork for the thumbnail. That is the one we want. What is the one we want?
Oh,
New
we have
regions?
a green dragon, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I'm excited to see how that one works.
On the green screen, not very well.
So we've got Festrund, who is the one who is the thumbnail for this. We have Mir, who is the bringer of blight, and is also quite green on a green backdrop. So let's, there. Oh, what's that? Are we adjusting it in preparation? Or did the green screen slip because of the shadow?
It is literally just the green dragon looks bad.
Okay.
It is Nothing else.
The actual green dragon does not look bad. Let me see. We can put the green dragon over here.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, pop me. Pop
It looks awesome. But
Yeah. Yeah, Mirror is one of my favorite. It is like barfing, like purple grossness out, and it's like a weird plague dragon or blight dragon. Love it. We've got Borin Call, Blades in the Wind.
Awesome name.
Yeah, just a kind of like blade-looking dragon. And then my favorite dragon is this freak, this Clag Vasif, the Creeping Shadow. It was a little guy's face. Look at that little face on that guy. I love him so much. He's also got like feathers. God, he rules. And he's got antlers. What a great guy. You want to face the beautiful green dragon. Sure. We will have it on screen a lot if we're facing it, and the green screen is not friendly. But we can face Mirror, the Bringer of Blight. It has an ability that I understand, versus my fave, Clag Vasif, who has an ability I've not read yet and may be insane. Evasive. Gains 1 armor for every initiative short of avoiding early damage. Yeah, that sounds annoying. Also, it has an initiative of 16, which is crazy. So, if anyone has any preferences for Noramir, Promethea, Voltac, or Mythics, let me know. Otherwise, I think I'm going to implement 1 to start off, maybe. Just to get you an idea of like how it changes it a little bit. But it is just adding modifiers, basically. Shouldn't necessarily make it much harder, or like definitely shouldn't make it easier, but
Oh, Mythics.
Mythics. I do like Mythics. Mythics is this tall hatted lady here. So how these are going to work, they, up top next to the Two-Face on them, not Two-Face, the Batman villain, but Two-Face on the card. So we have Ether Chain, Tricky Spell, Windwalker, and Elemental Shift, and these are going to be replacing our purple River Swiftness. How do you implement? Yeah, you got it. It's a very, very intuitive expansion. You literally just pull out the things that are the issue, or that you're replacing, not the issue.
Notably, each mage is 4 cards.
Yes, each mage is 4 cards, and there are 4 of them. I'm trying to adjust
Right.
my table light. Oh, not that much. Not that much either. Just trying to adjust it a little bit.
It's a little bit.
It's a little glare. Oh, that's a
It's
little.
not even clear. Like, they can sort of,
Yeah.
perfectly readable.
We got new lights, and I'm just trying to mess with them in real time. Okay, Rain of Blood, Motivated Flight. So, what yellow cards am I replacing? Rain of Blood and Adapt. So, Adapt.
Anyway, I believe each of the 4 mages replaces 4 separate cards.
Yep. So, each mage replaces 4 separate cards. If you implement all of the mages, it replaces your full mage deck. So that's the easiest to actually implement, because you just swap out the entire deck. But it is also certainly the thinkiest thing to do. Like, it is.
Yeah.
I've played with 2 of these, and it's incredible.
You're implementing like 4 new
Yeah.
gameplay mechanics.
So I've replaced River Swiftness and Motivated Flight. I have taken out all of the cards I am currently replacing. So Mythics, I will go over here real quick how some of their stuff works. So this one here, Ether Chain, 3 initiative. If you don't know how to play the game, I'm not going to fully explain how to play the game here. Check out our how to play video. I spent a lot of time on it. I think it came out pretty well. It is a placeholder at the moment. I'll update it once it's finished, or once we have PVC cards, but it's pretty close to finish. So go learn the game there, come back here. But I'll explain how these individual cards differ, because that's basically what this expansion is offering, some weird, strange new mages. So Mythics here has, this is all look pretty familiar to you, except for this enhanced action. It's gonna look weird. So how this card works is if this is your spell card, and it is enhanced, you will be performing the spell, the enhanced action of your reserve card +2 instead of this card. You will then take on the color of that reserve card's enhanced action as well. So you should absolutely not do this enhanced action if you have fused or if you have diverted, because then you will not have a reserve card, and this would be bad. That's pretty intuitive. But also, when you level up Ether Chain to its other side, it will have multiple colors. We're still trying to figure out the exact way on which we want to format this, because it's a little counterintuitive that yellow-red's on this side when the 3 level is yellow-blue. So symbols are going to be the best way for us to see it now. But yellow-blue is what level 3 has, and then yellow-blue-red is what level 4 has. So very easy to enhance our other actions with Ether Chain once we've leveled it up. On to Tricky Spell. Tricky Spell has a new little icon. I keep really positioning the one I'm talking about the least on screen, so let's avoid that. So Tricky Spell here, pretty normal card. It either has purple or yellow here, so you can enhance multiple ways. At level 1, you really don't want to pair this with a purple action because you'll get -2 boot, which is bad probably.
Level 2, you don't want to.
Let me just double check how that works. I believe it's just if whatever you enhance it as, it becomes that action. But let me make sure I'm not putting my foot in my mouth immediately. And that is the Tricky Spell card. Yeah, that is just how it works. There's not even a little extra thing about it, so I think I'm just overthinking. So yeah, whatever you pair it with, it's going to be that action. I believe this one, yeah, so 10 and 3, 12 and 4. Pretty good numbers. There's a new symbol here, though, up here, which is a Pursuer. So this is not tied to this region. It's not tied to your key card symbol. This is if this card is used as that in your hand. So basically the greens are what you don't want this card to be if you want to avoid this modifier. So how the Pursuer works, and I'm going to have my rules handy for this because so many of these will add so many things. So Mythics with a Pursuer. Where is this? Am I just making up names too? Kind of. Tricky Spell. Okay. Pursuer. There we go. So basically, if this is assigned as the element, which is the 1 white card, you get to ignore the Pursuer or evade them. I don't know. But if it's assigned as anything else, so if it's assigned as your reserve, your element, or your spell, you will be having to deal with a Pursuer. So basically, if the encounter is an enemy, it has +1 HP in regions 1 or 2, +2 HP in regions 3 and 4. So it makes the enemy a little harder if you're using this as one of the greens. If it is a journey, you must also defeat the initiative of the enemy that has the same number as the journey you are facing. And if you can't, you suffer that enemy's early damage. So Pursuer is a pure negative. I don't think there's any benefit to having a Pursuer. So you would like to use these as element cards instead of, which is great for this one, which also has Pursuer, because this one has a bunch of colors on the back. So if you use that one as your element, you get to avoid your Pursuer. This one's just pretty, you just got to avoid it. Over here, and this one's the weirdest one of these probably, is these little symbols up top. Again, they're not anything to do with your key card. So something to keep in mind. Basically, if this is assigned as your element, you can choose, let me double check, I believe it's a May. This is card Windwalker. So when assigned as the element, you may shift to face the encounter to the left of the active one instead. So if I assign as an element, I can choose to shift to face either the enemy to the left or the journey to the left of my current one. So 3 would wrap around to 2 because the enemies are in that order. If I assign this as my boost card, I can choose to face the enemy or journey to the right of the one I'm currently facing. I believe that is all of the new stuff going on with these cards, with these 4 cards. And I will explain the other ones as I go. I don't know if I'm going to be implementing all of them. It sounds very hard. So our new region card has some new fun enemies, which is what I truly love, are these nerds over here. We got this dumb little
Region card green.
no, there's a guy on it who's green. our little glob man. Yeah. Just the little blob man's gonna be kind of an issue. That little blob man's much more green than we're giving him credit for here.
Alright, well, it's readable.
Yeah, it's readable.
Please note.
Please note.
This is on a green screen.
Yeah, it's on a green screen, so the colors. I mean, it's all. What if the enemy journey is a 1 or 4? Then you wouldn't be able to wrap, I believe. I mean, if it's 1 and you could go to the right, you could go to 2, but I don't think you go 1 to 4. Let me see if that's currently covered specifically. I might be wrong. I think that's the case, though. At level 4, this is your reserve card. You may also shift left forward. When assigned as a boost, you may shift to face this. Blah, 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 blah. If you shift rightward from encounter 4, resolve encounter 1. Oh, no. Yeah, it is covered, and I was wrong. So, so ignore what I just said. So essentially, you can just shift if you would like. Again, you don't gotta. It's a May. So that one I like. I like that card a lot. All right, so let us draw our opening hand or add our opening hand to our hand. So we have gotten some of the new cards here and some of the old. And then we're going to place that there to let folks know. And again, that's so weird that it's picking up the... Interesting. Yeah, you might want to fiddle with that to see. Might just be really forgiving of the green right now. I just got my cheese cards for Botsy in the mail. Really looking for this game too. I feel like CGG's gold standard. Aw, shucks. Yeah, those cheese cards are great. I like the cheese video. I liked working on the cheese video. We are messing with the green screen right now, so I'm delaying a little bit here. Feel free to ask any questions as well if you have any questions about the expansion, the campaign, life, love, happiness. If you enjoy streams like this as well, make sure to give this one a like. Make sure to give the YouTube channel a subscription, a subscribe, if you will, if you want to say it like a normal person, so that you can be alerted when there are more streams like this in the future, which there will be 1 week from today when I have somehow learned Siege. We're going in and out. We'll get there. That's definitely the closest that you have done.
All right. Well, that's what we got.
Okay.
The greens are showing up.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna adjust our hand a little to the right. A little to the right. Boop, boop, boop. Oh boy,
I can shrink the
I'm more delayed than I thought too. Yeah, give the green screen a shrink so that I can work with the hand a bit bigger here. Okay, so I have my regular Frostfire Wall, my regular Burning Bridges, my Tricky Spell, and my Adapt. Is there a player aid card for the mage's special actions? I've advocated for that for some of the more complex ones. There isn't currently. The rulebook essentially for Northvale is just a little guide on how each of the new cards works more than like a full rulebook, because it doesn't necessarily teach you dragons in the Northvale expansion. It just teaches you how to use the new cards. But some of the mechanics get a little involved, so I think a player aid could be good. But we're thinking about it. We don't want to balloon the card amounts in these, but could be a good idea, especially with good old Noramir, who's going to start hiring people who have different payments based on when they help you and how they help you. Okay, so we have our key card is showing us Journey 1, which is that blue journey down there. And that is also has the icon here for night travel. I hate night travel. Does the active tile go away to 0? That's a great question to ask over in the Discord. I do not know Morrowind Endgame enough to let you know that.
Pink Salem.
Yeah. Does the active tile go away to 0 delve tiles? I believe no. I don't think we ever take away a delve tile during an end game, like mid-end game, if I were to just assume outright, but I could be wrong. Subtract your initiative from your boost. So my initiative is going to be subtracted from my boost, which is purely bad. So I need to generate 9 boots. If I can generate blue boots, I get a boost. It does not look like I can do that. And my initiative is getting subtracted from my boost. Yes, from my boost. Okay, so I think, so I have a 7 boot that I can do here. This is rough. If I use that as my spell, though, I have to deal with it.
You drew all 4 reds in the same
I
hand.
know, it sucks. If I do that, I have to deal with that pursuer. Ugh. How else is it going to give me 5 initiative if I use it as my element? That stinks. Game's all about the tough choices. I think
You can fuse.
I can fuse. I refuse to fuse. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I can't beat it no matter what, I don't believe. Like fully. So, what is the least amount of hurt I can take? So if I assign this as my element, now if I assign as element, I don't have to deal with the pursuer. So that's something. Honestly, this might be the way. So assign a red element, so I'd get 5 boots, 5 initiative minus that. So that would just be 5 boots. What would be the rough thing about that? 5 is at least half of 9 rounded up, though. And which region are you? My order is still processing. Yeah, some of the cheese is not gone out yet. We're still working through some of those. I'm honestly surprised at how quick that has gone out, because I know those were momentarily pre-orders. Okay, so my boost is doing nothing, but I have 5 boot, which is half rounded up. So I do get my 3 experience. I do get a penalty of discarding the top card of the deck, which is fine. I'm dealing. And then I have 3 experience to level. I have adjusted these now, so I printed these off this morning so that all of my experience values are the same, or in the same place. Because I was losing my mind. I'm going to upgrade the one that's going to remain in my hand, because that's my hot tip. That's my strategy. I have suffered my penalty. I've gained my reward. We are on to the next one here. So I draw my Sword of Light. I draw my Fleet-Footed, and I draw my Fleet-Footed. And then my new key card is a Sword of Light. That's really odd. I have 2 Sword of Light in this deck. I have messed up somehow. This is the exact same card. What did I do? Make sure I'm doing this right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. So that's 12. 16. There's just somehow an extra Sword of Light. Are there any other extras? One of these probably has the old. No. Oh, Sword of Light was one of the ones I messed up earlier today. That's what happened. We're good now. Now we're correct.
Taking out the extra one.
I took out the extra one. Our top card is now Elemental Shift. All right, so that is going to be Journey 2, and we're looking at a purple boot. Is where we get our benefits, which I cannot do. Let's see. US. Yeah, looks like US is going out. Aprilis with cheese. Yeah, it might depend with other stuff that you ordered too. Other things might have been in pre-order, who knows. But also US might have just gone out quicker. I'm not sure. All right, so we are going to be facing Region 2. No modifier. Remember that symbol is just if that card is in my hand. So we're going to be generating 11 purple boot, 4 experience if we do it. If we can't fully defeat it, we will be suffering a time penalty of 2. Which is fine. We can easily beat it. Because we've got a yellow element, we've got a yellow boot enhanced action, which gives us 9 boot, and then we can just do +2. And we're going to hold on to this leveled up Frostfire wall, which I might level up again. Don't spread the leveling up, I always say. Just really consolidate it into one card. So yeah, I've generated 9 boot because I've paired a yellow with a yellow, and then I have this +2 boost. So 11, complete defeat, 4 experience. So I'll use that 4 experience to level up my Frostfire wall. I'll discard my action set. Do you have the Discord link to post? Otherwise I can. Okay, perfect. It does not look like you did. I'm discarding action set. I'm drawing back up. There was some concern, I believe, last week's live stream that I'm not playing this in hand. Is this really a palm game? This game's very palmable. I'm not playing it in hand because that'd be a pretty miserable camera setup, is the real reason. But you can very much play this out of the palm of your hand. I also move too much to try and set up an over-the-shoulder camera to showcase that.
I really not post links in this channel.
I thought you had. You posted a link to the campaign.
No, my personal account can't.
Oh. Yeah, you're not trusted.
Give me a second.
We're working on posting a link. So we are again doing Journey 1, and we're looking at 9 boot. Which looks like we can do it once again. So, and there's no modifier. So, I mean, the journeys have been fine, but they have not been like great as far as giving us a lot of experience to actually level up our cards. So we're pairing a blue for 9 boots, getting +3 to our boot there. It is blue, so technically we get this extra boost added to it. So we have generated 17. We only needed 9, which is quite nuts. Nice. Time for the head cam. No, you don't want a head cam on me. I've thought about doing a GoPro where we just hook up a GoPro to my chest or my head to play this game, and that seems terrible. I move a lot. I know I do that. I do move too much. Okay, so we've generated very much enough. We can't keep leveling Frostfire Wall, even though I haven't used it yet. I'm just hanging on to it. But we have 3 experience to spend. I think I'm going to spend... Oh, I can't use it on the new card. It takes 4. Let's upgrade the Determined March. That gives us a symbol. Ugh, that's fine. Then we discard everything except for our reserve card, but we might have to discard the reserve card. Oh no, doing great actually. Yeah, we're almost to the end of the deck. We've almost made it through region 1. We have 1 card left, so yeah, this is going to end region 1. So we have enemy 4. They're our first enemy of the game. The enemies in this expansion are very mean. We're going to be facing this cool old blob guy down here who has 8 health. He has 4 initiative, 2 blue attack, 1 blue defense, gives 4 experience, and he has the ability ranged. To block early damage, you must discard your reserve card. So that's going to be in addition to dealing with his initiative, I also have to discard my reserve card. Which is actually great at the end of a region, because it's not really that much of a bad thing compared to what it normally would be. So I need to deal at least 8, which again should be totally fine here, because I've been drawing well. So I'm going to smash him for 10, actually. I have 1 initiative. No, I'm not going to do that. That's silly. I'm going to smash him for 8, the appropriate amount, with 7 initiative for my Frostfire Wall. And then I've done enough either way. Or no, yes, I have. So that's enough in both regards. So my boost doesn't really matter. I will discard a reserve card to also block out early damage. Total defeat. No issues there. I get 4 experience to work with. Oh, I can't level the reserve card, I suppose. Total defeat.
Total victory.
Total victory. Total defeat for the enemy.
There you go.
Which is who I'm always thinking of. What did I discard there? Rain of Blood. Okay. I'm trying to level my new cards, but I've not had them in hand when I could afford to do so. So, discard the action set. I am drawing. Oh no, too many cards, so I have to reset. And we're heading into from the Lawless Hills over to the Dark Reaches, in which we've got this gross little monster, this little gnome guy, this rock man, and then real pale, a goth, fighting a goth. All right. And while I'm shuffling up here, if you like this stream, and all we do, make sure to give the channel itself a subscribe, give this video a like, feel free to share these wherever anyone would like to check out Dragons of Etchinstone, and make sure to check out the campaign. Campaign's been doing very well. And again, we do have a print and play coming up soon if you would like to check out the game for yourself. Keep your eyes peeled to the updates. For that, it will have submitted cats and dog art. It's very exciting. Okay, so our new stuff here, the Dark Reaches. Tricky Spell is our key card and is showing us Journey 3, which is 10 red, 2-time penalty, and a little tent. What is a little tent? That's a new icon for this game. Enemy camp. If you don't attain complete victory, take damage from the enemy in this region whose attack color matches your spell's color. Gross. So I could take up to 4 damage, depending. That stinks. And we're trying to generate 10 red boot. We ain't gonna generate 10 red boot, that's for sure. Huh. I might also have a pursuer. I think that's gonna be fine though. Because a pursuer cares about initiative, I believe. If I'm remembering my stuff correctly here. So this gets us up to 12 boot, 6 initiative. So 12 boot beats the boot amount, 6 initiative, region 3, oh, we need 8 initiative, oh no. Oh, that's terrible. Let me double check and make sure that is in fact how Pursuer works. I believe it is. Pursuer. If your pursuer is a journey, you must also defeat the initiative of the same numbered enemy. Boo. Okay. So what can I do here? I think 9 boot's definitely correct. Yeah, I think I just can't do both. Is it worse to beat the initiative or to get the time penalty? If I lose the initiative, I'll take 2 damage. If I can't do a complete defeat, I'll take 2 damage plus the time penalty. So I'm gonna take the early damage. So I have beaten the journey completely. So I don't get the time penalty. I don't get the enemy camp penalty, but I do take the early damage because of the pursuer, because I have equipped this as my 9 boot. Right? Yeah. 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 No, not because of that. I've lost my mind. Enemy can't. Yeah. Yep, it's because of the pursuer that I'm taking damage. Okay, so I take the early damage from the matching enemy, which is enemy 3, which is 2 blue attack. He's getting, or I'm getting 4 experience from this. What is the cheapest to level back up? This costs 1 to get back up. 2, 2. I'm gonna take the hit on brute force just because it's so cheap too. And now I cannot use experience to re-level this up. But I will spend my 4 efficiently on elemental shift, which also gives me some new colors. Adapt was my reserve card, so it remains. I discard that. I draw the tricky spell into hand, as well as the next 2. And then I'm going to be placing Burning Bridges, which gives me enemy 1 as my enemy. Enemy 1. Okay. What is enemy 1 doing? Enemy 1 has a lot of symbols. 14 health. My goodness, buddy. What are we doing? 14 health. 5 initiative, I guess, is fine. Symbols. Symbols. Okay, what are our new symbols looking like here? So we've got a little sword. Defensive. Reduce its early damage by 1. Sure. Got it. Okay, so it has different early damage than it does regular damage. Little arrows, little arrows. What are the little arrows? Slow. You may move. Oh, you may use move as attack against this enemy. Could be helpful. He has red shield, so that will be helpful. Maybe. I would have to fuse for that to be helpful. 14 health, though. I don't think it matters. How much red shield? 3 red shield. Woof. So tricky spell has to be assigned as my element. Otherwise, I also have to deal with a pursuer. So I think I'm doing that. 10 attack plus 3 to her. Reserve. Oh no. What am I doing? Seeing those cards makes me happy. It's like proof there's a lot of testing. Oh, there's so much testing. I mean, this is a finished game, is the thing about Northvale. The most untested of these that you will be seeing is next week's, which is the newest expansion, which is going through playtesting, but it is very new compared to these other 2. Okay, so red element. Using this as the element, so I don't have to deal with a pursuer. Gives me 10 attack. I can plus 5 to that, get me to 15, but 3 red shield, because this is going to be red enhanced attack, so this would only be 12. So, and 5 is matching the initiative. So I can beat the initiative, so I won't take early damage. I will, however, it's not a complete defeat. Complete defeat. What could I do? I could get to 12 boot. If I did, I could get to 9 boot, but that would get to 11 boot. Yeah, I just can't do a full defeat, which is fine. I got past early damage. I will take regular damage of 4 red, though. Rough. I'm going to apply it to this red shield here, which blocks out double of its matching color. So that's something at least. So down to level 2. So I've suffered my penalty, but I will get my benefit of 7. Ooh, okay. So let's see. This would cost 3 to upgrade. Does it cost 4 to upgrade the next time? It does. So I could get that to level 4. I could upgrade both of these. It would be more efficient and experience-wise to go 3 into 4. Is this also 3 into 4? It is. But I want to upgrade the new cards. So 3 and then 4. So we've got a level 4 tricky spell. Also gives us some ability to mess around with enhanced actions. What was our reserve card? I'm so bad about doing this. I think that was the reserve card. Yeah, it was. Because tricky spell was our element. Destruction was our attack. Determined March was the boost. Yep. So we hold on to the adapt. We draw 2. We draw this key card. Boop. Our new key card is enemy 2. We're seeing some new stuff now. That's great. Okay, so Ether Chain is back in hand. We're fighting enemy 2, who also has many symbols. 11 health, also not great. Ranged, which is very annoying with our current hand. Oh no. Windwalker might be used here. Because then we could fight the Rockman instead. It's worth way less experience though. We could face the first person again. Let's read the rest of the thing. What is that other effect? Aggressive. Increase its early damage by 1. Gross. 6 initiative. Hum. I don't want to discard my reserve card. That is just the plain truth of all of this. Because that blanks this enhanced action completely. Oh, very powerful effect, but not right now. Let's see. So if I put you here, I would have 7 attack. Plus 3 to 10. It's not enough. It's just not enough. I would also have to discard this. Interesting. Okay, but if I put you as my element, I can shift to the enemy to the left. We're getting somewhere. This is my reserve card, so we activate its reserve effect. Put this back here? What would that do? So this would have 3 initiative. That's easy enough. We would get to shift to the enemy to the left, so we would fight this guy instead, which is fine. We have this enhanced action, so we would activate reserve card plus 2, so we'd get 7 boot or attack. And then this would be granting plus 2 to either attack or initiative. Which I said the initiative would be up to 9. No, but if I have plus 2 to initiative, I can avoid early damage. Still take regular damage, but 7 is at least half of his health. And I can use boots against that man. That doesn't change anything. But it's a purple enhanced action. It's not red. Okay. Yeah, this is way thinkier. Okay, so I don't take early damage. I take regular damage, which again is 4, which really sucks with this lineup. Oh no. Do I just want to fight the other guy? I don't think so. He does 2, but he'll do it. He'll do 3 and then he'll do 2, which is worse. So I'm going to take the 2 on the Adapt and on the Windwalker, I think. Because then I'll get 7 XP. I can level up my Ether Chain for 3. Level up my Burning Bridges for 4. And then I would end up keeping my Adapt because it was the boost card. Oh my goodness, I think I just leveled that up instead of down. Oh yeah, I leveled both of them up instead of down. I did. Alright. Okay. So I keep the Adapt because it was the reserve card. Suffer my penalties. I get my experience and I spent it. I draw my next cards. Blah blah. Blah. Fleet-footed. The play pattern is the same as base game. There's just a lot more to consider in here. All right, so we're going to be facing Journey 4, 11 blue boots, 2-time penalty, a new symbol. New symbol. Guarded. Armor equal to the region card against your move. Armor equal to the region card. So this is region card 2. So it has 2 armor against my move. Armor color is opposite the journey. So opposites of blue, of course, would be red according to this little chart here. So that has 2 red armor against my move. This is a terrible hand for move. Can generate 3 move at most. Yikes. What is the goal is 11. Might have to divert. This is awful. Huh. So let's divert. Discard this. Discard the key card. That's the one thing about diverting. It is basically a time penalty of 2. So it's been replaced with Journey 1, which is doing the exact same thing. So it's 12 boot. It is also guarded. So it's 2 armor, but it's 2 armor against yellow. 2 yellow armor against move. I discarded my only boot. So that was a dumb thing I did. But gotta divert again then. Can't generate any boot. And I am seeing that this is quite bad. Interesting. So that's once more a journey. So yeah, I summon my action set. So this is good to learn though, is that if you just don't have the appropriate action, these always count as like 1 of your things. So I can build this, I have 1 move, I believe, is how that works. And I can't, or I can assign a boost, I guess. +5 to my 1. I get 6. There's no color to it. I do it. I do get half. Yeah. I believe that's the case. Man, I have not done a complete fail on matching before. So let me just double check. Boop, boop, boop. The rules are all in various documents. This is one of my more edge casey things here. So let's see. Setup. Nope, that's Northvale rules. Command F. Move. Can always choose to play a move against an enemy or an attack against a journey at a value of 1. So this is acting as a value of 1 +5 from this boost. So 6 is half. It has yellow armor against move, which I'm not making a yellow move. So that's great. I do still get the penalty of 2. Oh no, that's the end of the region. So I can discard 1 from the top of the deck, but I can't discard 2. So I do have to take a damage, which stinks. Yeah, I suffer it on the Frostfire wall, which really blows. It's can block up to 4 armor. But if I suffered it here, this is already fully leveled, so I wouldn't be able to do anything with all this XP. So I'll spend 3 to do that, 4 to do that. So that gave me 7. That de-leveled. I've reached the end of the region. We're on to region 3, the Jagged Canyons. And that gives us a cool Hyena Man, a cool Crab Man, a cool Snake Man, and then Conan. Conan the Barbarian, I believe. Maybe not actually, but very Conan-esque figure there. Right. Give them a shuffle as we head into the new region. All right, placing on top of region card, drawing a new hand of 4, and placing for enemy 3 here. All right, so we've got a Snake Man is our enemy. We're looking at enemy 3. He has 14 health, 6 initiative, 3 blue attack, 2 blue defense, and he is aggressive, I believe, is that symbol. So his early damage is +1. Gross. So I want to kill that man. 5. What's his initiative? His initiative 6. Okay. So we can do here. We can take this Frostfire Wall. Let's make this attack red. Boost it by 2 to get the attack to 7, which is half. Maybe we put that here. Keep a big old boot hanging out. Maybe we want the adapt as our reserve card. Doesn't really matter because it's a +2 either way. I thought that when you are down to 2 cards that you have lost both the reserve and the boost card. No. So basically when you're down to 2 cards, you have to assign something as your spell. The other one can be a boost or an element. But you are stuck playing one as a spell. Okay. So I have assigned this as a red element for 5 attack. I'm fighting Snake Man, yep. Gives me 6 initiative, +2 to that attack, generating 7 attack, which is at least half. So I will be taking 3 blue damage, but then I will be getting 8 experience. So I'll put 3 blue damage onto this fleet-footed, I believe. Yeah, it actually takes a symbol away, which is great. Get rid of those night travels. Then I have 8 experience to play with. It's pretty good. So I'm going to level up this for 1 experience. Level this up for 3. I have 4 remaining. Huh. I think it's smartest to do that, even though I'm keeping a level 1 card in hand. Yikes. Yeah, my reserve card isn't the best reserve card. Discard my action set. Draw my next set of cards. My next key card is Brute Force. Gross. So that is going to be enemy 1 with a symbol on top of the many symbols that he already has. So I should not have let that Brute Force get to level 1 because that hardship is quite bad. So that is ambush. When you suffer early damage, double it. Now with the defensive, the little sword icon means that his early damage is reduced by 1. The little castle means fortified, armor equal to the region card against your initiative. Ignore if your boost's background color matches this enemy's armor color. So if my boost is yellow, I get to ignore that effect. Otherwise, he will have armor. He'll have 3 armor against my initiative. Gross, man. Greetings. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know if you have any questions about the campaign. We're just checking out some Northvale right now. Oh man, I think Destruction's the correct card to play. That gives me terrible initiative. This is the only good initiative card. Early damage is reduced by 1, so it'd be down to 2, but then it's doubled because of that modifier. So I would be taking 4 yellow damage, which blows. 9 health. Defense against my initiative. So I would have to boost my initiative a bunch to get around that. So I might as well just try to get the biggest punch in. So that's 8. +2. Oh, I get to ignore that effect. To ignore the fortified effect if I match. So this matches the shield. So I get to ignore that, but this is still just 2 as my thing here. What does that mean? What does that mean? +2, I could do it. That's +2. I'm going to take early damage, which stinks, but I do defeat him fully, not fully, partially. I take early damage, but I've generated 10 attack, red 10. My initiative is 2 though, which is bad against his 6. So he does early damage, which is reduced by 1 to 2, but then it is doubled to 4. So I'll block 2 on this. I'll block 2 on this. I don't like either of that. But then I have 5. He doesn't even give me that much. Well, I'm gonna upgrade my adapt for 2, and then upgrade for 3. And then I will discard my action set. I get to hold on to my adapt once more. So draw top 2 plus the key card. My new key card is just enemy 2. No modifiers, so that's something. Making our way through the deck. Region 3, I'm not feeling super hot about this final fight. I still have level 1 cards in the old deck here, which is not great. So Crabman do. What'd he do? So Crabman has the ability Summon. He borrows attack of the enemy in this region whose attack color matches my reserve card's color. Gross. So he's summoning another enemy to the fight. So I want to completely defeat him. Otherwise I will take, yeah, because he's modifying his early and regular damage. And he has red armor, 12 health. So he generates 7 purple. Yikes. Pursuer's there. Huh. I generate... Yeah, I don't think I can completely defeat him. He's not leveling fast enough. So I think I'm going to use this to avoid the Pursuer. I want this to be my element. It's going to be 7 attack, or no, it's +4 though. It's going to be purple or yellow. Huh. I don't think the +4 matters. No, it doesn't. And hold on to the Rain of Blood. Is my reserve. +2. 8 initiative. I'm certainly going to avoid early damage. That's for certain. But then I can buff my purple attack by 2, which brings it up to 9, which is not enough to be 12. And summon borrows attack of the enemy in this region whose attack color matches your reserve card's color. So purple, he would be borrowing 3 attack. Yikes. So he'd be generating a total of 5 attack. Gross. And I think that's what I do, though. Ugh. I'll assign it to my elemental shift, which I don't like at all. So I can't level that up. But I get 6 experience to mess around with. Ugh. Terrible, inefficient ways to use it. Huh. I need to make this not a level 1 card anymore, so that's 1. So I have 5 left. Ugh. I will upgrade this to level 3, or I'm gonna upgrade this to level 4. That gives me a new symbol, so I'm just gonna upgrade that. Gross. Okay, so that's my reserve card. Draw some new cards. Boop, boop. Draw the key card. Place the key card with Fleet-Footed. Key card showing me that Journey 2, Journey 4, never mind, Journey 4. Yellow 14 boots. Oh boy, that's going to be quite the task, I believe. So yellow 14, what is that? New? It's a new symbol. Fun new symbol. Labyrinth. Add 1 time penalty if boost's color matches either of the adjacent journey's colors. Ugh. I believe that would be purple or red. I think it loops back around. Or I might just get lucky. So I don't want a boost that is purple or red. That's fine. I will use this as the boost. I'm just going to say that outright.
Well, the time penalty only matters if you beat it.
That's true. That is very true. Time penalty does only matter if I don't beat it. I think this does it. So I generate 9 boot plus 5. So I generate 14 boot, which is enough. Yeah, doesn't even matter. I get to hold on to my ether chain. Love it. Okay.
Penalty does not exist.
Time penalty don't even exist. Perfect. Okay. I had 6 experience, which is pretty good. I don't know if avoiding that. No, oh yeah, I take damage if I can't mill the cards, so it does matter. So these being high-powered cards is good, but also it makes my experience use very inefficient again. It looks like 3. I assume this costs more than 3 to. Yeah, 4. Ugh, I wish I had 1 more experience. It's inefficient to do it to the one I'm holding on to, but only by 1, so I think I'm going to up this to level 4. Gives me a new symbol, which I don't love, because that's probably bad, but discard our action. That's the end of the region anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So I draw my 2 and my key card, and then I don't have a new key card, so the region ends. We're on to region 4, which is the Wild Steppes. Those steps are so wild, man. Perfect. Exactly. It was exactly perfect. Which is a great segue to talk about the print and play called the Felines of Etchinstone. Available at some point over on our campaign. Make sure to check that out. It's a free print and play version of this. It's not up yet, but it will be soon. We're very excited about it. It is our way to stem a bit of the cost concerns that are existent in our world right now. All right, so we are on to Region 4. I'm not feeling great about already being in Region 4. Don't think our deck is coming along great, and especially since I'm seeing this new symbol that I gave immediately, which I don't love. So enemy 2 already has so many symbols, and we've gifted them with an additional symbol, which looks like a little wave. The little wave, is that from the original game? Maybe. Oh, it is. Hazard. When you suffer damage, you also suffer 1 time penalty. Cool. Okay. So they're going to have that. In addition, oh, they're slow, so I can use move as attack. That's good. And then they have the fortified, which is armor equal to region, so it'd be 4 against my initiative. Gross. Ignore if my boost's background color matches the enemy's armor color. So the enemy's armor color is blue or purple. So as long as my boost is blue or purple, so I am guaranteed to have a blue or purple boost based on this current orientation. I'm really not guaranteed to have a lot of move, though, which I don't like. I can use attack or move against them. Both the values are pretty bad. Oof. Yeah, I've not leveled fast enough. That's my problem here. So what does my Pursuer do? Again. So there's very specific cards that I think a reference card would be helpful for Pursuer specifically and for guards. If your Pursuer is an enemy, oh, it just gives plus HP. So it would give plus 2 HP if I take on a Pursuer right now. Bring him up to 19. My goodness. Which I think is fine, because it would go 9 plus 3. I'll throw this over here. So generate, because he's slow, so I can use that. My boost card matches the armor, so I get to ignore the fortified. This gives me an initiative of 6, so I don't take early damage. Slow, so I can use boots as attack. So I get 9 because it's paired with this. Plus 3, up to 12. 12 is at least half of 19, which is what it's at now because of the Pursuer. So I will take regular damage of 4 purple. 4 purple. Oof. Just working so hard to not have level 1 cards. I'm just getting the level 1 cards. Man, that stinks. I think I gotta go brute force for 2. Ugh. Rain of Blood's probably correct, but I don't want to have a reserve level 1 card. Yikes. But that would give me 8 experience. Yeah, let me see. Is there a more efficient way here? 3 and 3. Not really. Ugh. Okay. So I'll level up both of these for 7. Leaves me with 1 excess. Leaves me with a level 1 Rain of Blood left over in reserve. But this next matchup should be trivial based on what I'm seeing. 2 level 4 cards in hand, maybe. Maybe. Journey 4. I want to divert just because I want to try and target something with more experience. 4 is not a lot. Okay. So I need to generate 12 purple boots. 3-time penalty plus steep. Increase the journey's MP by your reserve card's boost. Gross. Reserve cards boost though, so I could leave that 1 over there as my reserve card. Yeah, interest. This is a weird layout of a hand. I'll go like this to generate 12 boots, because again, this is 3 colors, this ether chain. So give me 12 boots, and I need 12 to pass, but I'm increasing by my boost. So if I leave this over here, it gives +1, and then I use this as my boost as +2. So I needed 13, and this is 14. Perfect. For experience, no penalty. I think I might level 1, and then level 3. So 1 experience and 3 experience. Discard my action set. Come on, I need 1 more. Okay. Oh, fleet-footed at level 1 as well. Yikes. So new key card is this, level 1 fleet-footed. How much cards do I have left in the deck? Because this is... I have at least 1 more round. That's good. That's good. Unless I divert a bunch, which I should just choose not to do based on what's left in the deck. So I have to face Journey 4 once more. Journey MP value improved by boost. So I think that is what I do. So I'm generating 9 boot, +5 up to 14. Journey's getting +2 up to 14, so I've matched it perfectly once more. So I have 4 experience to work with. 4 to work with. Man, I don't want this level 1 card, but also I can't justify spending 4 to change that. I will flip this guy. That feels like it makes the most sense to me. Fleet-footed. Determined March, Frostfire Wall. Key card is Burning Bridges. How many? Okay, this is the last round. Based on how many cards are left. So, enemy 1 is who we'll be facing, and he has some new abilities. He has Adaptive. Armor gains the same color as your spell and boost. Gross. Use your spell and boost. He also has Evasive, gains 1 armor for every initiative short of avoiding early damage. Gross. Armor gains the same color as your spell and boost. Yikes. Okay. Huh. And his attack, he has a 7 health, 11 initiative. So 7 health and 11 initiative. Okay. Very fortunate hand for dealing with this fella, I believe. I think this is my hand. Just make sure. He has many keywords. So Adaptive. Armor gains the same color as your spell, which would be purple, and my boost, which is also purple. So he has purple armor. Evasive, gain 1 armor for every initiative short of avoiding early damage. So 11 initiative, 7 plus 5 is 12, so I'm not short. I have 11 attack against his purple armor. So he is dead. complete victory and 6 experience, which will change this fleet-footed into a level 2 card. And we'll change this Rain of Blood or this fleet-footed. I have 4 more to spend. I can level. Let's get this 2 to a 3. That feels better. Sure. Okay. Bam, into the discard. Draw my cards back up. I know that is not enough to complete another one. So we're going to be facing the hard to look at dragon. So Mir, the bringer of blight, is our dragon. They are hard to look at because they do not work on our green screen because they're so green.
Put them over there.
Put them over there. So their thing, they have 12 initiative, which isn't great. Oh, we don't even need to read that part. So we're doing journeys first. So we have to generate at least 16 boot. Otherwise, we will just flat out die on the way there. But we want to get up to 26 to get the best results here. And I'll explain a bit more once we get to the actual fight, because there's more going on. But yeah, we draw 7 cards. 7 to generate 2 action sets. Boo, boo, oh no. I've drawn my big attacks. Okay, well, I've also drawn some big moves.
7 or 6?
It's 7. Leaves you 1 to fuse with if you want. So I'm gonna generate. These might be a little cramped in here, probably are. I'll move these down a little bit. +5 to that. Sure. And then I can generate 9 here when paired with this. +5 boost. Yeah, because then the reserve card is just like thrown away basically if you don't use it. So here are my sets. So we are generating 9 boot +5 on the top, so we're generating 14, and on the bottom we're generating 11 +5, so 16. So we're generating 30 boot, and at least some of it's yellow, so we even get the additional plus boot here, so 32. We've absolutely annihilated this journey. We walked so good. So good was the walking. So we only suffer the penalty of the highest value you were able to reach. So we time value.
You want to scoot the back in the frame?
What was that?
Scoot
Oh.
the dragon back in the frame.
Sure,
There,
sure.
perfect.
So we've suffered that, and we draw the rest of our deck now, which is 7 cards. Oh man, that time journey, even 2, though we did it perfect. So we've got a lot going on here. We have so much boot. I probably should have cycled. I did not realize how much attack I was losing out on in that hand. So the dragon has 5 yellow defense and 3 red defense. Each of those armors can only trigger once, so if we made 2 red sets, we would only have to deal with 3 red armor, not 1 for each set. He also has this little fortified, which for the dragon, dragons gain armor 5 against your initiative. Ignore if either boost's color matches the dragon's leftmost armor color. So if either of our boosts are yellow, we get to ignore the fortified. Otherwise, 5 plus to initiative, which blows. So 9 and 8 are our big hitters here.
Looks like that fleet-footed is going to be a boost.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's a pretty good boost.
Also yellow.
Yeah, there's also this ether chain though, but that probably wants to be paired with a yellow. So I can. Oh, no, that's stupid though. Oh no. I burn these two. Oh, it eats up a 5 boost. Yikes! This is a. Oh, it doesn't matter though. We have multiple 5 boosts. Yeah, so I think I fused these two to make our element. Yeah, sure. This is such a. So I'm fusing these two for our element. This is a yellow card now. I have to. Yeah, I have to do that. So these two are fused for yellow. to enhance this action. These 3. Yikes. Oh no. Yeah. That might not be the best. I'm testing out action sets over here. Those are my initial thoughts. This would be 7 attack. I'd get to ignore the fortified because one of my boosts is yellow. In fact, both of my boosts are yellow. Or no, they're not. There's no boost applied to that top one. Why is there no boost applied? Oh, there is. What am I doing? There's no reserve card on this. There's no reason to fuse to get this enhanced action. I'm a fool. Oh, no. Yeah, so this is the enhanced action. 9. We go +5. And then we would do +5 here. So that is basically how it has to sit, I believe, for the highest values. No, it's not. I want to swap this over. There. That's how it's going to be. I don't think Pursuer triggers during this moment. No. No, it doesn't. I might be lying, but I believe Pursuer does not trigger in the dragon fight. Okay, so we've generated 9 attack up here +5. It's 14. Yellow. We are matched fortified. This is a red attack, so we are contending with red armor. This is also a red attack, so we're only contending with the red armor once. So our initiative is well 9, 10. Let's see. What are our values? So this would get to, if we did this +5 is 13. This could get up to 14. So we could get to 27. +3 shield, 24. Oh no. Yeah, I think we apply both the boosts to the attacks and not to the initiative. Which means we don't beat the initiative, which means we take 8 attack. Oh no. So we take 8 yellow attack plus 21 yellow attack from reaching this level. So we take 29 yellow. Which we happen to have a lot of yellow shields. So this is going to block out 16 of it on its own. Is it 29 total? So this blocks out 16. Oh, this also blocks out a lot. So this is 22 by itself. Oh boy, 22, 25, 28, 29. I was I just barely did it. And one more defense that I could have even thrown up. But that is how you play Northvale expansion. Beat it. Well, you just beat it. That's how you play it. So that's how the new mages work, or at least this new mage. They all work a bit differently. I'm resetting over here. Yeah, if you have any questions about what you just saw, let me know. But it's honestly more Dragons of Etchinstone is what the expansion's like. It's a little thinkier. It's a little more stuff going on. So if you already liked Dragons of Etchinstone, but you just wanted more, this is a great expansion. It's not like Siege, which I'm told is just a fully different way to play the game, basically. It feels like where you'll just be flat out doing different stuff with different stuff. What were all you do? Oh, you were the cards I removed to add in mythics. All right, so we can keep checking stuff out here. If anyone would like to see any of the other new mages. Voltac, I can go over each of the individual ones here. So Voltac adds in these new Grit and Warrior's Wisdom, which are just gray cards. They are one of the easiest to understand as a new mage card, but they are also one of the hardest to play with because these are colorless. These have no elements. They are very rough to deal with. And also they give you a negative boost if they are in that area of your hand. So they will -3 to your initiative or -4 to your initiative. It gets a little better as you level them up. But they have big stats on them for their level. So as you level them up, they have a lot bigger stats, but having no element really messes with the strength of them. She also adds 2 blue cards, which add these effects where if they are held at a certain place in your hand, let me just double check the exact rule, I believe they are a little confusing in how those actually work. When assigned as the element, add X to your attack or move. If this is your reserve card, add Y instead. So basically if this is your element, you get to add +2 to your whichever number you want. If it's your reserve card, you get to add +1. So the values change depending. This one actually gets a little stronger when it D-levels, which is nice. But it's very strong when you level it all the way up. But these are very helpful because they also reward you for just sitting in your hand as a reserve card. So you can kind of just park them there for a while if you'd like. Let's see here. We have, I'll go over Normir last. He's very hard to understand. Seeing Red, this card here plays very similar to the ones we just talked about, where if it's sitting in a certain place in your hand, it does this effect. This one has a negative, though, usually. So if it's your reserve, it gives you like +1 attack. If it is your spell card, it will give you -2 boot. Stuff like that. Same way over here. This one, if it is sitting as your boost card, it will, let me see how you work exactly. You confusing man, you, Promethea. Where are you hanging out in our document? Oh boy. Where are you hanging out in our document? Promethea. There you are. So how these work. Right over here. So, when this card is in your hand, increase the value of your attack, move, or initiative based on your reserve card's enhanced action color. A special ability is not active at level 1. No, I'm reading contingency plan. So for Illuminated Path, when this card is in your hand, reduce the value of your attack, move, or initiative based on your boost card's enhanced action color. So your boost card, the enhanced action color. So say this was my boost card. So this would be generating red as the boost. That's the color, the enhanced action color. So it would be activating this effect. And that would, for red, subtract X armor from the first mage card you damage this encounter. So this would be subtracting 3 from the first mage card that I damage, which stinks real bad. But again, the numbers are very good on this. Like 5 initiative and 8 boot is very strong for a level 2 card. If this boost card was a yellow enhanced action, I get -3 to my initiative, -3 to boot, -3 to boot. Negative, I believe it starts turning into pluses. No, it just gets less negative as you go up. There is one that it does give pluses, though, and that's Contingency Plan. So this one is, as long as this is your reserve card, it increases the values of those things by 3. So it increases attack, boot, defense, or initiative by 3, as long as this guy is your reserve card. Very strong. Probably the strongest card in the game, as this was just explained to me yesterday, is the Berserker card. So the Berserker card, absurdly strong. I believe as long as it is your element or your spell, with the exact wording here. Maybe the exact wording honestly doesn't help because it's a little confused. So when assigned as the spell or element, convert up to X damage into XP. It's crazy. So basically, if this is your element or your spell card, you can convert up to 2 damage you would receive into experience for you to spend upon leveling up cards. I believe that is to help a bit with like this card being kind of rough to see in hand. But yeah, very powerful effect. Very berserkery too. Big hits that are kind of punishing or kind of rewarding. And then finally is Noramir, by far the the most conceptually confusing to me. But Normir is very cool because he can like hire bodyguards and stuff like that. So how Normir works, let me make sure I know exactly. Normir is one of the oldest living ether mages, which is good to know. So let's see, decisive leader. Let's go with that. I'll also leave out wise commander because they're going to work very similarly. So decisive leader and wise commander both have this icon here. So when this card is in your hand, you may activate its unit. These are units. See the action below for rules referencing that. So I'll go over how units work. So each unit has 2 skills and a level. So this one has initiative and boot. This one has attack and defense. This is a level 2. This is a level 3. If you activate a unit, choose one of its skills and increase the appropriate value. So initiative, attack, move, or armor by this unit's level. So if you activate this unit, you could increase your attack by 3 or your defense by 3. For this one, you could increase your initiative by 2 or your boot by 2. There is a cost, though, for hiring units. So during the upgrade phase, wherever you spend your experience, you have to pay the units. So you pay them based on what you upgrade or what you chose to put their points towards. So if you used it on boost, you would pay them 1 experience. If you used it on spell, you would pay them 2 experience. Or no, you must pay it during the upgrade phase based on where the card was assigned, not what you used it on. So if this was assigned as like my boost, I would have to pay it 1 experience. If it was assigned as my reserve card, I'd have to pay it 4 experience. And if you can't pay its entire cost, you have to suffer damage in that phase. Which stinks. You don't want to suffer damage, but the units hurt you because you didn't pay them. You should always pay your workers. It's very important for them to keep wanting to do a good job, is to pay your workers. And then our next 2 cards are Imbalance and Time Lapse. So Imbalance is when assigned as the spell, resolve the enhanced action if your element is red or yellow. And this is your reserve card, subtract X from your boost. So, yeah, this icon, I think, is the main one we're changing here. This iconography is a little confusing right now, but I believe this will be a dark green and a light green over here. So basically, if this is sitting as my reserve card, it would be providing -3 to my boost. So you don't want to leave this in your reserve. But if it's your spell, it can get enhanced by either color, which is why your enhanced action there is weaker than your regular action. Because it's easier, actually, to do a basic action, which means Normir might be a great pair with Voltac, because Voltac generates no color. And that is actually how all of the mages work. And I believe we saw every single ability. So we could do a full mage play, where we swap out the entire deck, and I can consult a rulebook constantly. Could do that. Maybe I'll play through a region like that. And if I get vastly confused, we'll just call it. Thanks so much for tuning in, though. I'm gonna start this up here, but if you want to check out the campaign, see what's going on over there, make sure to check it out. There is a link below in the description or at some point in the chat over there. Feel free to check out the campaign. It's pretty cool. It's got very good dragon art from our wonderful artist Federico. And also all these beautiful mages. Alright, so we've shuffled up a full Northvale expansion hand here. So we're drawing a very interesting and confusing hand for me, I'm sure. I'm going to get confused by this. Alright, so our key card is telling us enemy 1 of region, not 2, region 1, which is this cool little branch man who has an ability that's actually new that we never saw somehow. He has Pierce. He ignores armor color, so you cannot assign combat damage to your spell. Oh yeah, he's so mean in so many ways. Yeah, so Pierce basically doesn't care about your armor color. It will just deal that damage to you. It won't let you double your armor if you match the color. And you are not allowed to assign damage to your spell. So if your spell is the only thing you want to assign damage to, you just can't. You can't do it. So, looking at a 7 health, 8 initiative fella. Interesting. Interesting. You do 5 attack. He's 7 health. Can't generate red. I could have this unit in here. If he's my boost, he's only have to be paid 1, so that's pretty good. Put him as the boost, and I fuse these to make a blue. Keeping that for 6 initiative. 8 initiative. Get out of town, man. I think that works, though, because then we would we'd activate our unit. He's in the boost spot, so he will be paid XP of 1. But he would be providing 3 to my attack, which is 5 because it's paired with blue. This has been fused to be blue. 6 initiative is not enough to beat his initiative, but if I +2, it matches up to 8. And purple is his shield, so we have completely defeated him. He gives 5 experience, but 1 goes to the unit, so we have 4 to work with. I think we'll upgrade this fella because I like the unit thing, despite being worried about having to pay them my experience. Then we cycle that, and we head into the next fight. Should draw 3 and our key card. Boop, boop, boop. This is our new key card, is Journey 2. And let's say we're fighting the cool dragon that I like the look of, the Clag of the Thief. Alright, so Journey 2. 11 purple. 11 purple boots. Looking pretty rough. -3 to initiative, if that is the one used, that's fine. Do that. That's generating 7 boot. If you are my reserve card, you can +2 to my boot. So I'll do you as the reserve card. So it brings it to 9. That brings it up to 11. Oh, which is exactly enough. Perfect. Love it. Awesome. And I didn't miss any triggers on this. Yeah, that -3 is my initiative, but initiative doesn't matter in a journey. Okay, so this has done it. I've gotten the full 4 experience. Okay. I shouldn't get too excited. Let's apply it to my reserve card. I might just keep this hanging out in my reserve. It's really strong. Discard. Oh, I have so many piles in front of me. Here. Move this stuff so it doesn't confuse me anymore. Alright, so then we draw up some new cards here. Elemental Shift, those 2. Berserker's coming next. That's exciting. So enemy 3 is our Owl Bear. It's 12 attack, 3 initiative, or 12 health. Yeah, we're not going to play in hand on stream. I personally just play it on table, but you know, if I'm out and about, I would certainly play it in hand. But yeah, it's nightmarish to have it in hand on stream and have it make any sort of sense, camera wise anyways. Can't use this as my thing because I don't have any yellow. I don't want to fuse this because I like it. I want to do 12 damage to this fool. 5, gross. Oh, man, this is a rough hand. I can pay a unit to give me... Interesting. Do I only have to pay the amount if I am engaging the unit? That's my big thing. If you activate a unit. Okay. So if I don't activate the unit, I do not have to do it. But yeah, Jeff Porter, that is what we're doing. We're playing playing out of hand on stream just for camera's sake, but it is very palm playable. Oof. So I think this is a 3 attack with a 3 boost. Yeah. I think. Ugh. I mean, this gives me 6 initiative. Yeah, that seems like the thing, probably. So, purple here. So this is not an enhanced action. So this is just going to be a colorless attack here of 3, boosted by 3. This is boosting it by an additional 3, so we're getting up to 11, which is actually pretty good. It is 1 short, which stinks. And it also has 6 initiative, so early is fine. But I will take 2 red damage. Huh. I'm gonna apply that. Oh man. I'm gonna apply that to the decisive leader. Yeah. I'll hold on to the contingency plan. I'm very excited about this card though, the Berserker. My next 2. And the Illuminated Path. It's meant to be Illuminated Path. It is a spelling error. That is something I should point out. So Journey 3 is what we're caring about. 10 yellow boot. Labyrinth means that the time penalty is increased by 1, which isn't great. We'd like to avoid the time penalty if possible. Man, I am really not getting great lineups on colors. It's also the worst one against the Berserker. I can't use the damage thing. I think I'm going to try to divert just because I want to use Berserker. I'm going to get rid of this and hope to get something better. So I discard the key card and a card from hand to divert. Okay. Enemy 2. Enemy 2. That's great. Okay. This can't be a reserve card anymore, so it's not going to give that buff, which is less good. Yeah, this is the issue where we come in with this not providing a color. Especially since it punishes you for not having a color. This might actually be a very painful thing that I've done. Okay. So we're going to do +2 to our attack. So we're providing blue, which is not purple, so this is not enhanced, so it's 4. +2 is 6. Is half. Our initiative is 0 because we have 1, and then this is in our spell slot, so it's -3. Okay, so 0 initiative. What did I say? 6 attack. Yeah, 6 is half of 11, rounded up. So we are going to take 2 regular damage, 2 yellow regular damage, 1 early damage because they have defensive, so their early damage is decreased by 1. Their yellow armor is not happening. Okay, so we're taking a total of 3. We can change 2 of that into experience, though, with our Berserker. So we're taking a total of 1 damage, which seems insane. I'm going to put that 1 damage. And how much? We're going to be getting 10 experience? So let's see. So 3. I mean, I have to level up Berserker, right? Like, just have to keep riding that gravy train. I think I'll unlevel contingency plan. I'll be greedy because I assume this is 3, 4. Yeah. So we have 10 to spend. So we're going to go 3, 3, 4. Yeah. Want that level 4 Berserker card. Yeah. All right, that's exactly the end of the region. So move to region 2. Give these here a Shufel. And this one's feeling considerably better. It's going to be funny when this one that feels considerably better I lose terribly. But I think I'm playing it well. Honestly, I think when you have every mage, it plays really strong. Okay, so we're going to be facing enemy 1. No additional effects from the key card. But that enemy has defensive and slow, so you can use boots against him, and his early damage is reduced by 1. Luckily, we have many boot generating things. Oh, this stinks though. He's going to have +1 health if we use this as anything but our element, which we will. So he has +1 health because he's in region 2. He's got 15 health. Gross. If we do that though, it's 9. Or no, what am I doing? 9 + 4 from the boost. Let's see. Boop, boop. So it goes to 13. If that's the boost, I would have to pair it with. This is our element. This is our element. It gives +2 to our number. This remains as our reserve card. This will generate 9 boot. Red armor. Okay, so 9 blue boot. +4. So, right, what am I doing? 9 + 4. 13. We have a pursuer, so theirs is 15. This is 9 + 4, 13, 14, 15. We've exactly met it. And then the initiative, we've not beaten the initiative. So we do take early damage. We take 3 red damage. Gross. Put it on the only thing that has 3 shield. So we don't have to damage 2 cards. But we do gain 7 experience. Mamma mia. We use 4 of it here on the elemental shift, and 3 of it on our reserve card, because we want to have a nice card going in the next hand. Oh no. 1, 2, 3. Did not place the card back in. Neato. Alright, drawing up some new cards. New key card is going to give us a region with a hardship, which I don't love. Region 3 with multiple hardships. So region 3, there's a storm. When you suffer time penalties, suffer equal damage. Gross. And then there's also an enemy camp there, so if we don't completely defeat it, we will also have to take damage from the equally numbered camp, I believe. Take damage from the enemy in this region whose attack color matches your spell color. Never mind. Gross. There's some big attacks in this region too. Yuck. Oh, no one's getting to see the strength of this because I never have yellow to pair it with. So I want to generate 10 red boots. Yeah, and everything only triggers if I get hurt, so I need to generate it. No matter what, that's my goal here. So we're doing this, we're doing +4, we're reserving you, I believe. So we have generated 7 boot, +3 boot, -3 initiative, doesn't matter, and then -2 initiative, so down to 0 initiative, but it's a journey, so it doesn't matter. 7 boot, 10 boot, 14 boot. That's enough boot. Just a boot. So we got 4 to spend. I'm going to use it inefficiently on this though, because I want a multicolored card, and it's our reserve card. Boop, boop. We are just burning through this now. All right. Here's our new hand. Contingency plan, we're going to be facing enemy 1 once more. He's slow, he's defensive, 14 health. 5 early. Woof. This is a pretty bad hand. I will say that one. So what is up? Let me just double check on the wording for this one. When this card is in your hand, reduce the value of your attack, move, or initiative based on your boost card's enhanced color action. Gross. We're facing enemy 1. Yuck. So we want our boost card to be blue or purple, because then I'll only be subtracting boots, which don't matter right now. Your placement doesn't matter. So I'm going to place you here. Have the boost card be this. This can be over here. I don't know if that's the best setup, but that is how I want to do it. This is going to be -3 boot because of our boost color. But the imbalance is bad. What is the imbalance doing? It looks bad. When assigned as the spell, resolve the enhanced action if your element is red or yellow. Yep. When this is your reserve card, subtract X from your boost to a minimum of 0. Oh, and this is your reserve card, so it is not. Perfect. And then you are decisive leader. You can affect my initiative or my boots. My initiative is currently 5 against 5, so I don't need that. So I won't pay a unit. So at 5 initiative, I have matched, so I'm doing the enhanced action of this, which means it will be a blue attack +2, so 7, plus another 2, up to 9. Which is not enough. I don't think I could have gotten to enough. Okay, so it doesn't matter. 9 is at least half. But I will be taking regular damage. I won't be taking early damage because I have done that thing. But I do have to take 4 attack first. Gross. 4 attack is so many attack. Ugh. And it's 4 red attack. Ugh. Yuck. Okay. So decisive leader was still my reserve card. Oof. I can't hire units when it's at level 1. It's become significantly less decisive. So these can't be used to use my experience on. Which means I probably should not have done that. So I won't do that. Very inefficient use of. D-level these two? That's 4. I like that less though. Not level 1, not level 2. And I can spend 7 to level both of these up, which is efficient. And I'm all about efficiency. Okay. We draw our key card. I draw the top 2. I have a new key card, which is Berserker. I'm very excited to see that coming back around. Best card in our deck. I want to use it again. Let me see here. Okay. So if this is our reserve card, we -2 to the boost. That is how that one works. That is a pursuer. We are going up against enemy 2, which is this dumb gnome that we hate. Who has ranged, he has aggressive, his early damage is +1. Gross. That's good. I don't have blue, but I can make this blue. I have a blue attack. I could have a boost of +2. This is now being used the element, so there's no pursuer. Yep. But if this is sitting in reserve, it gives a bonus anyways. Is it worth it to do this? So let's see, what would this do? So this would give me 4 attack from this, because it wouldn't be paired with anything. +2 because this is in reserve, so it'd be up to 6, plus another 2 would be up to 10. 10 is 1 short. Versus if I do this, we'd get up to 7 plus 2 to 9. It actually does less. Doesn't make any sense. +2, 6, 10. 7 plus 2 is 9. This is 8. What am I doing? 6 to 8. Okay. So it's either 8 or it is 9. Neither is enough. I have to discard my reserve card anyways, so I should just do this. So that gets me to 9 attack. I can boost my initiative. And since this is sitting as my spell card, that's going to cost how much? I don't like that. 2 experience. Ooh. I'm getting 7. Let's see. I won't take early damage though if I do that. No, I will take early damage because I don't have a reserve card to discard. Oh no. Alright, so I think what I do is this, and I discard this. To discard this, I pay this man 2 experience to bump my initiative by 3. Put it up to 8 initiative. I have 4 attack plus 2, so I have 6 attack, which is half of his. I will still have to take 2 yellow damage, which is fine. I'll put it here. But then I'm gifted with 7 XP minus 2 that I'm paying to this man. So I'm gifted with 5 XP. So I spend 4 on this, I think. Yeah. Oof. Not ideal. 1, 2. Oh, no, I don't get to use my Berserker right at the end of the region. Gotta shuffle these better. On to Region 3, the Jagged Canyons once more. This is our full mage playthrough here. Alright. Perfect. Alright. So starting hand. Ugh. Okay. So enemy 1 is our key card there. It appears. Right. These are our cards. Yuck. Enemy 1 has defensive and fortified. Fortified again is armor equal to the region, so 3 armor against initiative. If I get to ignore that though, if my boost matches this enemy's armor color. So if my boost is yellow, I get to ignore that effect. It's my only yellow card though, and it only gives +1 boost. It's also one of my only attack cards. Or no, this is also yellow, but it gives them -1 boost. Gross. Oh, and it is a pursuer if I don't equip it as my element. Which I will equip it as my element though. It's 9 attack. There. Boost for 1 maybe. Maybe? Is this how I want to do it? His attack is 9 with yellow shield. I've matched, so I don't have fortified. Defensive, if I beat his initiative, it doesn't matter. His initiative is 6, I would have 8 initiative, 9 attack, and bump that button to 10. Oh yeah, that's a complete victory. Nice. So I just get 5 experience. I think I will use it on this Normir card because it's going to be hanging out. But I could very efficiently use it on this. I actually think I'll do that instead. Yep. Well, and I did not pay that unit because I didn't use it. Don't have to. I don't like that I'm not seeing my Berserker card again. I want to see it. I want to use it. Alright, so Journey 3 is our journey. So it is 11 purple boots. 9 boots is about the best we can do, it looks like. And even that's going to be pretty rough. So I think this is our reserve guy. This is 5 boot paired with anything. Gives us +2 if it's the element. Oh, I think we're good. Actually, because this gives +5. Yeah, so we are generating this 5 boot. Since this is our element, it grants +2. This gets +2 if it's in our reserve, so +2, +4. That brings it up to 9, up to 14. Love it. Absolutely love it. So we get the 4 experience. Let's put it on this. Into the discard. Illuminated Path, Seeing Red, Swirling Blades. I'm seeing every single one of these Promethea cards except for Berserker. Berserker, my love. Where have you gone? So we're enemy 4, Conan there. So 16 health. He has range, so he wants us to discard our reserve card. 5 initiative, 3 purple attack, 3 purple defense, and slow. So we can fight him with boots if we would like to. Huh. I certainly have the biggest boot numbers of anything. How does Illuminated Path work again? I believe if it is our boost, it does a thing. Illuminated Path. When this card is in your hand, reduce the value of your attack, move, or initiative based on your boost's enhanced action color. Got it. So, interesting. So enemy 4, we want to beat 5 initiative. This can outright do that. Huh. That can also outright do that. This can do 7 attack. It uses up everything. Did 8 attack. If I just don't care about the early attack, I think I'm just going to let the early attack happen because I don't think I can stop it all. Reserve card U. Boost card U. Yeah, because then this will -2 initiative because it's a yellow card in that spot. Since this is the spell card, we -2 boots. That doesn't matter. 2 initiative, granting red. So this is an 8 attack. +4 attack, so up to 12. And then if this is a reserve, I can bump that by 1 more, so up to 13. Oh man, 16 though. Huh. If I'm not dumping the reserve card, maybe I put that over here. No, that's... So, if I do this, I get +3 attack from this being in reserve. +3, since this is the element, so +6. I'm not grouping this the right color, so it's just the 5, but +6, so 11. $15. Ugh, it's so close. Yeah, that's the one, I think. Yikes. But to avoid early damage, I would have to... Huh. To avoid early damage, I would have to discard this, which bring me down to 13. Or no, 12. 12 is still at least half. initiative would be 5, but it's -2. Yep, -4 from the 15. So 15 down to 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. 8 is still half. +4 to the initiative instead. So initiative was 3, 7. Okay, so I'm gonna beat initiative. Okay, so I discard this for the ranged. +4 to the initiative, which is -2. So it's 3 + 4 is 7. So I've beaten initiative. I've generated half the attack. So I just take a regular hit. I'll put it here because it does 3 damage, and I want to de-level 2 cards. So I cannot use this to level up, but I get 9 experience. So I use 6 here, I believe. And then I will use 3 here. Bam. And then I discarded my reserve card, so that is just cycled right to the back. You Berserker, where are you? Well, I found it. Finally. But right at the end of the region. Oh, it's so strong when I can draw it. Okay. So what are we dealing with? Enemy 2, the Crabman. The Crabman summons somebody based on color. But we're trying to generate attack against the Crabman. How do both of those work? Imbalance and time lapse. When this is your reserve card, subtract X from your boost. So I don't want either of these to be my reserve cards. So 5 attack is what we're trying to do here. I don't want to pair it with you. Huh. So I can pair it there. Leave use my boost? Gross. Huh. Let's see. Yeah, this is a pretty bad hand for this current setup. This would be great for a journey. If I pair this, though, you are enhanced. You are enhanced no matter what, you jerk. Yeah, this is a rough one. I think I divert here. I know the deck's ending anyways. I think I just discard this, honestly. This stinks. I discard my beautiful Berserker. Oh, this does end the region, though. So you can't choose to do it. Believe. Oof. Okay, so we're stuck here. I thought I had one more card. Oh, no. I want you to pair with not red or yellow, but I only have red or yellow. I honestly think this is the way, then, I suppose. Plus 2. Oof. Yikes. Confuse these 2 yellows to make anything else. Sure, this is a terrible hand. Okay, so I fused these 2 yellows to make purple. Sure. So I don't want to match, so I will make 5 attack from having purple. I have 5 initiative, plus 2 to my attack. Yeah, to my attack. So that's going to give me 7 attack, which is at least half of this crab's, but I'm going to take a hearty hit from him, I believe. Summon is doing borrows attack of the enemy in this region whose attack color matches your reserve card. That was another genius thing I did. Oh, I got rid of my reserve card. So no reserve card means that summon is not going to happen. But I still take 2. I've beaten initiative. Oh, this is actually doing a pursuer, so this has extra health. Oh no, what does that do? It's plus 2 health up to 14. 7 is still enough. 5 initiative beats their initiative. Purple attack, or not a colored attack because it's not enhanced. So doing that. I think I do it. I don't take early damage, I just take regular damage, and it's just 2 damage. So where do I want to put my 2? And the cards split back apart when they're fused for damage purposes, just so folks know. I'm going to put that 2 damage on Tricky Spell. Which leaves me with 6 experience to spend. Maybe I don't. How much is Tricky Spell? Tricky Spell. Oh, that's because they're both level 1s. Yeah. So Tricky Spell does take the damage. I could up and balance, and then I could up and balance again. Gets me to colored armor, which is pretty nice. 2, 2. 3. I might get rid of these level 1 cards. I wish I could do all 3. I think I level this up. What did you do at 3? Oh, never. No, that's 4. Level 3 is so much better. Okay, so I will level up Time Lapse once for 2, and then I will level up once for 4. Get it to level 3 instead of level 1. Bam. Welcome, Joe. How is it going? I have hit the end of the region, so I don't get to use my beloved Berserker once more. I leveled it up to level 4 the one time I got to use it, and then it has been serving as my final key card every single time since. Which is just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. I'm going to take some water. We're heading into the final region, though, the Wild Steppes. Steppies. Wild Steppes. We're going to hope to see Berserker at least one more time before the final fight here. Hopefully. But we're seeing Time Lapse, Swirling Blades, Tricky Spell, and Grit. So this is a perfect example that I'm not in any way stacking the deck, because I would love to see Berserk, and I believe it's gonna... I'm not gonna do that once more, is what this is feeling like. Okay, so I am doing Journey 4, 12 purple, as well as Steep. Increase your Journey's MP by your reserve card's boost. Okay. So we want to generate 12 purple boots. You make a lot of boots when you're paired with purple, but we have happened to not draw any purples alongside you, which is pretty rough. You do generate 6 on your own, which is pretty good. Let's put 6 plus 3, could get me to 9. You could also be the boost. Well, I like using this as the boost because it's not minusing. I like using use the element because then you're not adding a pursuer, and then you can be my reserve card, I guess. Should get +2 to the difficulty value because of the boost. Gross. Yeah, 6 plus 3 is 9. Difficulty value increased by 2. And it was Journey 4. Yeah, so it's a 14 difficulty value. We are generating at least half, though, so that's fine. We will get the experience. We will suffer the penalty. I don't think there's a way around that. Maybe I'm playing fast and loose, though. So if we did... No, that pairs. If we did this... No, that's blue. You... Or a mirror. I don't want your enhanced action, you monster. That's tricky stuff. Yeah, I think that's the best layout. So, for the penalty of time 3. So I discard the top 3 cards of the deck. Gross. I've done this thing. So I do get 4 experience to work around with. I don't want any level 1s left. So that's going to happen, and then that's going to happen. Keep the Swirling Blades as my reserve. Draw the Wise Commander. Draw the Decisive Leader. Berserker is my key card. I might actually get to see it this time around. That's exciting. As long as I don't divert a bunch. So that's showing me enemy 2. Enemy 2 is a terrible hyena man.
Really poor initiative.
He does have very bad initiative. This guy's got no initiative at all. 17 health, though. He's quite hardy. He's a real hardy boy, if you will. So I can get a 10 attack. That's fine and good. 10 attack. I like the 10 attack. I can give you as a boost. Oh, but you get +3 if you're the element. Okay. You can't be the reserve because you will just minus a bunch because you're a jerk. You want to be hanging out up here as the reserve, which you do nothing as, except eat up a bunch of experience of actually hire your unit. Oh man, let me see. This gives me 10 +3 from that, 13, 14. 14 blue attack. Oh, it has blue shield. Gross. And also, what is his other thing? Fortified does you get armor 4 against initiative. Ignores if boost background color matches enemy armor color. Okay, so fortified is ignored. So I do beat its initiative, certainly. Huh.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Well, you would have 6 initiative if I didn't trigger fortified.
You get -4 for imbalance being in.
No, that -4 is to my boost if it's my reserve card.
Weird.
Yeah, that's one of the main icons that's being changed. So I think it's going to be a dark green up front and a light green in back. I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's too close to this. Whereas this one does just give that boost when it's in that position. So this is 13, 14 currently. So I could get up to 17 attack. But it wouldn't even matter because I'm just doing a blue attack. Gross. Okay, I will not pay a unit then. That seems foolish to do. So I've certainly done at least half of his health. But he hits me for 4 purple. Man. I'm gonna have to soak it with this 6. So I want to deal level 2 cards. I have 8 experience as a result. My goodness. I think I'm just going to use 4 and 4. I could use 2 to get... Man, these numbers are not lining up. I don't want a level 1 card going into the finals, but I do want to level up 2. No, that didn't do it. That one goes like that, and that one goes like that. Boom, boom. What did I have as the reserve? It was you. These are discarded. Draw 2. Finally get Berserker. Finally. Actually happened. And it actually happened against an enemy. That's wonderful. Okay. Oh boy, this lady's got a lot of stuff going on. Ranged. Aggressive. Pierce. Gross. Okay. Huh. 7 initiative. Nasty stuff. Okay, so Berserk. Purple attack, quite good. So let's do that. -3 to initiative. What if I just don't care about beating initiative? That's what our key thing here has to consider. Because if I suffer initiative, it feels quite inevitable. I will take 4 damage. No, I'll take 5 damage because of aggressive. But I would have to discard a card in addition to actually having to reach 7 initiative. I don't know if I can hit 7 initiative while also dealing 13 damage. So what is this unit? This unit can buff attack or defense by 3. Interesting. So I could get my attack to 15, which would be enough. +3 to my initiative. 9. Yeah, I think that's worth it. So I discard a card because of ranged. I +3 to my initiative, bring it to 9. I'm making a purple attack for 12. I pay this unit to give me +3 to my attack to 15. So 15 attack, 9 initiative. I get her with no penalties because she has red and yellow shield. Yes. Okay. How much does that unit? No, I don't want to completely beat her though. That's the thing with Berserk. I want to take the damage a bit. Okay, so I don't think I pay the bodyguard. Oh no. Oh, it is the tragic tale of Berserk. Right, because what would happen if I take the regular hit, if I don't pay the unit, I will take 4 damage. Yeah, it's so not worth it because I can't even level up all these cards. Gets to prevent 3 of 4. 1 would come through. Put on this, I suppose. It's going to cost 6 and then 3. Yeah, no, it's so not worth it. I'll do the complete defeat. Especially since I get 9 experience anyways for the complete defeat, at which I can spend 6 to level this up and 3 to level this up. So it lines up perfectly. Especially since I do know that that's the end of the region, because draw 2. It's not enough. So we're on to fighting our scary Clag Vasif. Oh, this is a... Oh man, I do need to pay the unit. You're so right, Joe. What was even in my hand? So my hand was Berserker. Were these the 3? I think these were the 3. Wise Commander, Berserker, Warrior's Wisdom. And I had leveled that up, and I leveled that up. That was my... So if the warrior was, or the unit was in my... Use my element. So I would have to pay him 3 experience. Yikes. This costs 3 and then 5. Yeah. So I'll pay the 3 and I will still level up Wise Commander. So I spend 3. Instead of leveling up that card, I paid that unit. It's got a good living wage. Maybe he'll come back to help me out again in this final dragon fight. You know, I think I've proved that I'm a kind, caring boss. Sometimes I forget to pay him, but it's momentary. So we have Joe here to help out with the accounting. Make sure all the workers are getting paid. Okay, so our journey numbers here, we're looking for 18, 24, or 28. We do have to hit 18 at least, otherwise we shall perish in the journey to meet the Creeping Shadow. What am I doing? I draw way more cards for this. Okay. So, we have these cards to contend with here. We have many boot options. So many boot options, actually. I think we are so very golden. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to go, 14 boot here. 14 boot there. 12 boot down here. Yeah, I feel much better about this run through than the last one. So we just go +4. And we can just go +3. I can set you over here just doing nothing as the reserve card. I don't actually know if you count as a reserve card, but if you do, you're also giving +3. But I think I annihilated this goal to hit because that one does it on its own. 18, yeah, 18 purple specifically, but 18, 15, 33, possibly 36. But either way, I suffered just the lowest of the time penalties. So I discard the top card, discard all of these cards. Let's see if this fares worse. So I have 8 cards because I did so dang good in that journey. And now we're looking at 16, 22, 26. And this fella has 16 initiative, 4 purple attack, 3 purple armor, 2 blue armor, 1 red armor, 1 yellow armor, and then evasive, which might have a specific dragon rolling. No, evasive. Gains 1 armor for every initiative short of avoiding early damage. So we do want to avoid the early damage as well. Okay. So. Interesting. So we have a 10, an 11. Can I match 2 grays? Can I fuse 2 grays, Joe? This is a question I have. I believe I can because they're the same color. But colorless might not be a color. In which case I would fuse these 2 blues, which I might just do anyways. I think I'd just fuse the 2 blues to make a red for this. Minus. Yeah. No problem. That's kind of what I figured. But
colorless cards are colorless.
Yeah, just like in Magic. Alright, so then you could be up here. You could get a +4 boost, and you could get a +3 boost. Ugh, all these minus initiatives, though. Don't care for that. So I definitely shouldn't have you there. Have you there. Just sitting in reserve hanger. So you are granting +3. Do you only care if you are my boost? Or no, you care. Oh, what is Illuminated Path? Illuminated Path is tripping me up the most. Illuminated Path. When this card is in your hand, reduce the value of attack, move, or initiative based on your boost card's enhanced action color. So my boost card is purple, so it would reduce boot. Perfect. Love it. This is getting +3 from that. -2 initiative from this. Gross. Yeah, this is a lot of number crunching for my feeble brain. So this is getting -2 boot. That doesn't matter. -4 if this were my reserve card. It is not. These are fused, so I can fuse them the other way, which makes way more sense because I'm getting +2 instead of not that. So I'm getting 13. So this is red fused. +2, so 13. 13 attack. This is gaining 10 attack because it's an element there. 10 -2 initiative there, so 8 initiative. I'm very short, so 8 initiative. Gross. Huh. 8 initiative. +4 to the initiative, bring it to 12. +3, bring it to 15. Still not beating it. Which is fine. There's probably better ways I could have stacked this, but let's just see how that works. So 15 initiative. Attack I'll recalculate momentarily. So I'm 1 short of that. So I'm going to take 4 purple damage in general. He gets +1 just overall armor, I believe. Gains 1 armor for every initiative. Do each of these armors get 1 +1, or is it just like 1 sort of generic armor? That is my question. That is my belief as well. But it's just -1 from the overall attack then. So 11 +2, 13. This was used for the initiative. So 13 attack, +10 attack, 23 attack. -1 is 22 attack. 22 attack is what I have hit. So I've hit the mid number again, which is another 20 purple damage. So I'm taking 24 purple damage across my cards. Oh no, I feel less good about this than I did moments ago. 24 purple damage. Oh, beans. 3, 4, 7, 10. That's 10 damage. Just need 14 more. 3, 6, 8, 10, 11, 21. Oh, 3 armor short. Increase each of his armor colors. Woof. Oh yeah, I probably didn't even. Yeah, I definitely didn't even hit that mid tier. I hit the bottom tier because I generated a yellow attack, which would have been +1 additional armor. So I would have been at 21 already, and then my other attack was red. So I would have been at 18. Still would have hit him. I would have had to suffer 29 damage, and I could take 21. So very close, maybe, kind of. I don't know. I actually don't know how to judge if something's close in this game. I'm very new to it, but that is a loss. So you can see a loss and a win for Dragons of Etchinstone. Maybe it was less. It was less. I was doing less good than I felt. But yeah, if you have any questions about the campaign or anything else, feel free to ask them now. Otherwise, I think we're going to be wrapping up in just a moment. 1 week from today, we will be back for the final live stream of this campaign here. So join us then. You can ask us questions and answers. Joe will be back to talk about what he did for Siege, why he did that. Why did you do that, Joe? But join us again next week to hear all about Siege. Siege is looking cool. It's really weird. It's really weird stuff. So you can see a bit of how that's going to look. Beyond that, Joe will probably answer questions about how that works. We'll answer questions about tariffs, campaign, the print and play, if it's up and out by then. But make sure to check out the campaign in the meantime. That is linked below. It's doing pretty well. Could always do better. So think about supporting it. If you have any questions or worries about that, probably answer them in the campaign. You know, who knows? But you should certainly check out the campaign at least to check out the free print and play. That is coming up. Check the updates regularly for when that is available. It will feature cats and dogs that fight them. And it's called Felines of Fetch and Bone. And some of the proceeds are going to be going to charity for the overall campaign, which we have also mentioned in the latest update. So make sure to check that out there. Otherwise, make sure you give this video a like if you like to start a stream. Give the channel a subscribe if you want to know when these come up. Check out the campaign whenever. Join us 1 week from today at 10:30 a.m. Central to hear all about Siege. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good one. Goodbye.